Is there anything specific that you want to work on?
Probably more like calves because I've been walking a lot.
Okay, good. So you're getting outside. I need to do that more probably.
Yes.
It rains so much here. It's not always very nice. So
Oh, well, beautiful sunny Colorado. It's easy.
exactly, I miss it. So I have two cameras, so you can see me at two different angles. I hope that.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. So you're in the begin class, which is kind of like how I do my other classes, and you already know how to do the posture, so I'm not gonna really break anything down, but we'll just take it slow.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so get nice and tall, feel your sitting bones grounded into your mat. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Have your palms facing up. Just start by taking a couple of deep breaths. Just nice, even breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Feeling the spine get longer each time you inhale. And feel the shoulders relax each time you exhale. And we're just going to bring in a simple mantra as we breathe in and out. So when you breathe in, I want you to think peace. And as you breathe out, I want you to think quiet. So peace and quiet. Inhale, peace. Exhale, quiet. Do this a few more times quietly in your own head. Go ahead and slowly blink the eyes open. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Left palm faces up. We're going to inhale, bring the arm up to center, and then exhale, lean to the right. Moving with the breath, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring that hand down. Other side, right arm up. Exhale, lean to the left.
Oh, this feels so good.
Doesn't it? You want us to do it again? Inhale up, bring the arm down. We'll do it again because this feels better than the twist. Inhale, bring the left arm up. Exhale, lean. Take an extra breath here. And then come back to center when you're ready. I like your background lights too. That really adds to the yoga vibe.
I have to be downstairs to get away from Peggy, so these are left over from dance parties.
Oh, I love it. Take an extra breath here. And then come back to center. Good. All right, so we're gonna do just a simple twist and then go into our hands and knees Betalasana. So take the right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind you, and then inhale to lengthen the spine first. And then as you exhale, begin to twist and rotate so that left shoulder presses back. I'm gonna take 2 to 3 breaths here. And each time you'll inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften. On your next exhalation, slowly come back to center and we'll do the other side. So come neutral first and then take the left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, twist. So the upper part of the back will be doing the majority of the twisting. The right shoulder presses back. Left shoulder stays away from the ear. And you can be looking straight ahead or over the right shoulder, whatever feels good for the neck. One more deep breath. And then exhale, come back to center. All right, we'll go to hands and knees. You have everything you need there. You have your yoga block if you need it and things like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just so I know if I can, well, I mean, even a table or, you know, a chair or whatever works too, but I know you have your yoga equipment. All right, so coming to hands and knees, tops of the feet are flat on the floor. Inhale, open the chest. So raise the tailbone, raise the gaze. And then exhale, lead with the tailbone, begin to tuck, arch the back, press the hands into the mat and drop the head. Inhale, raise the tailbone, lift the gaze, shoulders away from the ears, press the shoulder blades back. And then exhale, arch. Do this a few more times at your own pace and move the body the way you'd like. You can even do right hip to right ear, left hip to left ear, in between the arching and the dipping. And then go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. So we're gonna do just the arm balance. I didn't ask you, by the way, if you wanted to use your, if you have a playlist that you wanted to use, because if you do want to use it, I can just mute you and we can do it that way. Or just for now, whatever you want to do, just tell me.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I have light music playing in the background.
Oh, good. I can't even hear it. Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Right leg is going to extend behind you. Leave the toes on the floor for a minute. And here you can add a little bit of a calf stretch. So lean your weight back. So you're pressing the toes that are curled under. Do you feel that in the calf muscle?
Yes.
Yeah. It actually feels good for me too. I've had I don't know, just a strain in my calf muscle for a couple of weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. All right, now we're gonna lift the back leg and extend the left arm out in front, gathering everything at the midline, so engage the lower belly, so we're not dipping the back, and you're looking straight down at the mat. So you'll hold that for a good couple breaths. Good. Reaching out through the fingertips, extending out through the heel. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring it back down to the mat. And we'll do the other side. So left leg extends out behind you, toes curled under, and then shift, even push the mat away from you, shift back. So you really do get a nice stretch in the calf muscles. The gastrocnemius. I'm sure Major Hot Lips would tell us. Body part, like the real names of things, or does he just call it like the calf muscle?
He just called because I mean I don't understand half the stuff he says, so I was telling him to speak in English. So
okay, go ahead and come back to neutral, and then we'll lift the leg. Keep the toes pointing towards the ground, and then right arm extends out in front. Remember to gather at the lower belly, so we're protecting the lower back. Lining up the ear with the bicep or the inner arm, and then reaching out through the fingertips and lifting the leg, kicking out through the heel, looking straight down at the mat to keep the neck straight. Take another breath. And then go ahead, exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Come into child's pose from here, or balasana. So bring the knees apart, toes together. Reach the hands forward to stretch the arms and the shoulders. Even press the hands into the mat for a moment so you can feel the opening of the shoulders. And then come back to that peace and quiet, just to keep turning the brain off or returning back to the mat. Inhale, peace, exhale, quiet. And we're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. Once you're finished with your 5 breaths, go ahead and bring yourself back to hands and knees. And then curl the toes under and you'll come up into our first downward facing dog. So go ahead and lift the hip sockets up to the ceiling. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. And you can walk out the feet here too. Press the heels towards the mat to really get into the calf muscles. So don't even worry about your spine at first. Just focus on the legs and the back of the legs as you walk the feet. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and start to walk towards the front of the mat. Good. Put your peace fingers around the toes for a moment, your big toes. Okay. And we're gonna do Padangusthasana. So separate the feet just so they're hips width apart. And then you're gonna grab onto the toes, inhale, look up to lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold. And you can keep the knees bent here to try to get the belly as close to the thighs as possible. Drop the head. And your elbows are pointing east and west now. So you're pulling up on the toes. Yeah, good. You can shift the weight towards the front of the feet and then shift the weight towards the heels and just kind of play with this for a minute. And then go ahead and release the toes. Press the feet into the mat. We're coming up into Tadasana. So inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together, exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. We're gonna warm up the body more with a couple of sun salutations. So drop the hands. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back into plank. Take a deep breath in here. Good. Exhale, elbows shoot straight back, chaturanga. Inhale, just lift to a baby cobra here. And then curl the toes under. Come to your knees first. And then as you exhale, come back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. 1, 2, pressing the hands and the roots of the fingers. 3, 4, lifting out of the shoulders. 5, inhale, look to the front of your mat. And as you exhale, step forward and fold. Good. And then press the feet, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. So drop the hands, inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, halfway lift or just look up. Exhale, step back into your plank. Shoulders over the wrists here, on the tippy toes, and on your exhale, lower chaturanga. All the way to the floor. Uncurl the toes, lift into baby cobra on the inhale. And then as you exhale, come to your knees, curl the toes under, and lift up into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And you can go back to child's pose if you'd rather be in child's pose here, or stay in down dog for your 5 breaths, but go ahead and just count your breaths. And once you're finished, look to the front of your mat. Inhale, come to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring the arms up. Palms together, exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right, so we're gonna do warrior 1. So starting in Tadasana, right leg is gonna go back. Hips are gonna stay squared to the front of the mat. Press the outer edge of the back foot and then bend the front knee and try to get the knee over the ankle. Good. And engage the lower belly in and up. So we're not necessarily tucking, but we are dropping the butt a little bit to try to get that stretch in the front of the right leg and to work the psoas muscle. So inhale, arms up. Bring your palms together and just look up towards your hands. Keep that back leg engaged. Breathing deeply, inhaling and extending the spine each time. Feeling all four corners of the front feet planted on the mat. Okay, we're gonna come into warrior three from here. So you can bring the hands down and even bring them behind you like Superman or however you'd like to have your hands. And start to shift the weight forward. Begin to lift that right toe, maybe. You don't have to lift up. Find your focus point either way and see where you are. The left ankle is gonna wobble, that's okay, it's getting stronger. There's a micro bend in the left knee, so your knee is not locked. The right toes of the lifted leg are pointing down towards the mat. Feel your strength here. Take one more breath. Yeah, no, that's good. Go ahead, bring them together. Woo, shake it off. Plus, are you on the basement floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. I just saw your legs for a minute in the other part of in the phone. it's how it toggles back and forth, but I like it. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So come in your Tadasana, bring the left leg back. It doesn't have to be a huge leap back. And you also wanna make sure that you're lined up at a minimum of heel to heel, if not a little bit wider on the mat. Hips are facing forward. Engage the back leg so you feel your glutes fire up. Whoop.
You fell.
And then bend the front knee. So pressing the outer edge of the back foot is going to make the glutes fire up. All right, legs are active. Go ahead and inhale. Bring the arms up, palms together. If you remember the mudra of the lotus flower, so yeah, do that. And as you're bending into your front knee and reaching your mudra, the lotus flower up, imagine filling your cup right now and take your breaths. Keep the lower belly strong. And take one more breath here, and then we'll start to bring the arms down and back for warrior three. So shift the weight forward, keep the front knee bent as you go ahead and start to bring the left toes forward, shoulders away from the ears, and maybe the leg lifts, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't even have to go very high. Good, take another breath or two, just what you can. And then bend the standing legs so you can carefully bring both feet together again. And then come to Tadasana. Good, shake your legs off. That's a good one. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, step back and come down into Chaturanga right away. Inhale, maybe we try upward facing dog now. So lift the hips and the legs up. And then curl the toes under, come into downward facing dog. And then we're gonna step forward to the front of the mat and keep the knees bent because we're coming into chair pose here, so Utkatasana. So weight is in the back of the heels, our sitting bones are dropped, and we bring the arms up. We're gonna take 5 breaths here.
I did chairs yesterday.
Oh no, so maybe we'll take
I know, it's fine.
Okay,
It's good for me.
yeah. Just imagine reaching taller with the hands and sitting heavier with the glutes. One more breath. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, come down in the chaturanga right away with that exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then go ahead and walk to the front of your mat or just step. You can step. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Woo. All right. Go ahead and get your block if you use it for triangles still. I don't know if you do.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we've done yoga together.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna do the right leg straight first. So put it on. Yep. Good. All right. So be sure the back toes, you're all good. Your setup is great. So just straighten the front leg, start to deepen the right hip crease to feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Reach with the right arm, and then go ahead and bring it down to the block, which is, yeah. You can even bring it closer to your, like right on the outside of the shin. Yep. And then go ahead and rotate so the shoulders are stacked, like you're in between a pane of glass. And then left fingertips up to the ceiling. And you can gaze up at that thumb or keep the gaze down, up to you. As you take your breaths, continue to deepen that right hip crease and lengthen out through the crown of the head. Soften the top ribs. Good. And slow, steady breaths here. On your next exhalation, bend the front knee. And then bring the right forearm on top of that thigh. And then bring the left arm up and over the ear. So have you played yet with coming into the side angle pose where the hand is on the outside of the foot? Okay, do you want to try? Are you good? You want to take it easy or do you want to try?
Oh, I can try.
Okay, so flatten your block on the outside of the foot and then bring your hand. So your knee will probably go over the ankle and it's okay because your center of gravity is real low. And then the left foot stays on the ground, so toes don't lift, and you're just really stretching that back leg into the side angle. Yeah, how does that feel?
Pretty intense because it's like really stretching my hips or my ribs too.
Yeah. So to come out of this, just go ahead and look down. And typically we would press our feet to come out of it, but you can come there. Awesome. So you did it. So you can start playing with that for side angle pose because this is just the first step and then it's like that. All right, we'll switch sides. Left toe is pointing out. Make sure that back heel is dropped and then left fingertips to the left hip crease. Start to lengthen the back of the front leg, knee is nice and straight. And then extend the left arm, reaching, bring it down to the block. And then rotate the shoulders open, right fingertips up to the ceiling. I'm even wondering where you are in your triangle. Are you close to being able to grab your toe?
Yeah.
Holy cow, grab your toe then. There. And really press both feet into the mat. So really fire up both legs. And you're hugging the thighs towards each other to protect the back. Nice. Go ahead and stay here for one more breath. And then as you exhale, press the feet into the mat away from each other. And then that will help you pop back up to a standing position. And then we'll go right into side angle from this position. So bend the front knee. And then bring the left hand down, and then right arm comes up and over to the bicep, or bicep to ear. And then sometimes we bring our chest down to the floor. That's going to happen a little bit when our arm is down, but just try to rotate open as much as you can. And your hand can go closer to your foot, actually. Bring it right next to the foot. Yeah. Good. And the back leg is straight and strong. Pressing into the mat. One more breath. Ooh, go ahead and exhale, look down. And then come back to a standing position. Bring your feet back together or come back to Tadasana. That was amazing, Kate. Yay, that was so cool. Did you even know you were strong enough to do that?
Oh, sure, I'm crazy strong, I know. I'm an army wife, that's what we have to be.
Yeah. Come to wide legs on your mat. So if you're facing away from me, that's okay. Just be sure that you're able to not slide. All right, hands on the hips. Or actually, I don't know why I said that. Pelvic rim, which is the top of your, top of the bony part, like the shelf. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send the hips back. Keep the back nice and straight, and then bring your hands down to the mat if you're able. If not, grab your block. Good. And then, drop the head. So as we're in this posture, we want to keep thinking about what's going on with our feet. So toes keep pointing straight forward, like super straight, almost as if they're pigeon-toed. Yep. And then the quadriceps are really engaged here. And then shoulders away from the ears. Yeah. Is your head dropped all the way?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good. And even thinking about the ankles and pressing the outer ankle in. Yeah. Take one more breath here. See if you can hinge forward and soften a little bit more. Yep. And then go ahead and look up. You bring your hands to your hips. And then lift on an inhale. Good. And then go ahead and exhale. We're going to do it one more time. Oops, I almost tripped over my yoga block. We're going to do it one more time, but bring in a twist this time. So go ahead and inhale, lift the chest. This time as we exhale, we're going to come down, but with our right hand. Right hand will go right in the middle, down right below our face. And then we're going to look up and bring that left arm extended, fingertips to the ceiling. We're just going to take one breath here. Yep. And as you exhale, bring that left hand down. Keep the left hand down, right arm goes up. Exhale, right arm down. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift. And then exhale. You can bring your feet back together. Tell me about what balancing poses you've done lately. I know after a while, for me personally, sometimes tree gets a little bit boring. So do you want to try something different?
Sure, we could do dancer.
Okay. That's your favorite, isn't it? I think I remember.
Yeah, well, it feels really good. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I haven't done it for a bit, but we can try.
Cool, let's do it. And I'll probably use the wall. Yeah, so feel free to use something. You don't have to, though. No, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'm feeling extra balanced today.
Let me take off my extra blankie.
All right, and you can see me from the straight ahead angle too, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what I want you to try to do here, and if it's not, your shoulders are pretty open, so I'm pretty sure you can do this. But I want you to grab the inside of the foot instead of the outside. Are you able to do that?
Yep.
Okay, good. So try to keep the knee as in as possible, but your leg will lift out a little bit, and that's okay. Go ahead and start to tip forward with the arm extended and press the foot into the hand. Once you can stay here as long as you like. Once you've had enough, you can bring it back down.
You can tell life is crazy because I'm so wobbly.
Yeah. Whew, that's why I love getting help from the wall. Something super sturdy. Okay, how do your ankles feel? Your ankles are good, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. Do you normally do dancer nowadays with the hand on the inside of the foot?
I usually actually do it outside.
Yeah, you have the range of motion in your shoulder to do it inside, so maybe just start doing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would consider you not a beginner anymore.
Yeah, I just saw this and it was a good time, so I did it.
Yeah, no, this is still going to be just a slower pace class.
Yeah.
Line class, go ahead and come into it, and then I'll tell you after. Find your focus point, reach the arm, press the hips forward, and press the foot into the hand. Try to keep the knee going straight back, but it will lift out a little bit. I know, I just can't. All of the classes are the same pace except for the ones that I'm doing on Saturday, which is like a level 2. And you do that one too. It's just different because we start to practice shoulder stands and headstands. That's the difference. And we might go into like full wheels and stuff like that. But you're definitely at that level too to start practicing that stuff. But any of the classes that I have will be good for you. The Align one is just like this, but extra focusing on the alignment like I love to do. So you're just don't need me to break down chaturangas and stuff like that anymore. So this works out good. All right, come to Tadasana, the front of your mat. Toes pointing forward so the inner edges of the feet are parallel. Yeah. And then engage the legs, lift the chest. You can have the palms facing out just to be in receiving mode. So tap into that, that higher power, your connection that you have to give you strength right now. And think of the peace and the quiet breath on the inhale and the exhale. And then we're going to bring the arms up. Grab the left wrist with your right hand. And as you exhale, we're going to lean to the right, opening up the side body even more here.
Oh, that feels so good.
Yeah. So your hips must be pretty tight on the outside.
Yeah.
Go ahead, come back to center with all the walking, I bet.
Yeah.
Grab the right wrist, lean to the left. Plus, honestly, that's, emotional stuff and hard times, it makes our hips tighter. It does, the jump drawer. Go ahead and bring the arms down. And we're gonna actually grab the elbows behind the back to do the neck stretch. So inner edges of the shoulder blades are drawn towards each other and down towards the tailbone, so the ears or the shoulders are away from the ears. Look over the right shoulder, and then keep the chin to the chest, and roll it across the front until you're looking over the left shoulder. And you know this one, so just go ahead and do it a few times. Stretching the back of the neck. You can have the eyes open or closed. You want to turn off one of the senses while you focus on stretching the neck muscles. Go ahead and do this one more time. And then bring the head back to center. And then we're just going to go ahead and come down to a seated position. So inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift or look up. And then exhale, just cross the ankles and have a seat. We're gonna bring the legs out in front of us for Dandasana. So get the sitting bones nice and grounded. Feet are flexed. Let me go this way so you can see this part. So feet are flexed, legs are active as if they're ripping the mat apart. We're gonna take a couple of breaths here with the spine nice and tall. And if you're good here, if you feel like you can keep the spine lifted here, go ahead and place the hands on top of the thighs. And if you start shaking, that's exactly how the pose goes. Big toes are together. One more breath. And go ahead and release the pose. Bend the right knee so the heel comes towards the sitting bone first, so we close up the knee joint, and then drop it off to the side. So if you use strap for your forward folds, go ahead and grab your strap. Put it around the ball of the foot. Inhale, lengthen. So keep a nice long spine here without rounding the middle of the back. And then exhale, hinge forward. So my elbows are bent here, which means I can just go ahead and grab the shin. So you can do that too, if your back is flat, which it looks like it is. And then inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, see if you can fold a little bit more. Engage the lower belly in and up, and that might give you a little bit more hinging space. And if you feel like your hands are close enough, grab the foot or the ankle. Yeah, when you grab the foot, grab the bottom of it and bring your thumbs together on the top of the foot.
I can't do that. I'm like,
Yep, just grab it. And then just imagine chin drawn to shin. So the chin is lifted and that's the aim. Even though we're not there yet, that's fine. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. And then go ahead, inhale, lift up. If you grab the top of the toes for a minute, just pull them towards you, that'll stretch your shin or your calf muscle also.
yeah, that's what I do.
Good. Okay, we'll go ahead and do the other side. So bring the knee up, just switch legs, close the knee joint first, and then let it drop out to the side. Set your strap up. And then we lead with the heart as we go down. So inhale, lengthen, exhale, lift the chin, because the chin is going in the direction of the shin, and that just helps keep the chest lifted. And then you can release the strap and grab the ankle wherever you are on the side. Are you in the same spot?
Yeah, my toes. I grab my toes with my right hand, and then my left hand is like too short. Right, can't get there.
Yeah, so try to level the hips towards the right leg. So,
yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Okay. You might not be able to grab the toes, but that's okay. You'll get a stretch in a different spot. Do you feel it in the hamstring?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we'll take another breath here. And since your calf muscles are giving you grief, you can grab the toes anyhow. And then go ahead and lift on an inhale. Bring the soles of the feet together, so bottoms of the feet together. Grab the ankles and bring the heels as close to the sitting bones as you can. We're just gonna go ahead and do the second, well, this is called cobbler's pose. We're gonna do the second one. So we're not gonna keep a flat back here. We're gonna purposefully round the back. So when you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, round the spine, and the top of the head aims towards the feet or the ground. Just completely round as much as you can, and then the arms can press the legs open at the same time. And we're gonna take 5 good breaths here. So go ahead and just count in your head. And then inhale, look up. Exhale. And then lift on an inhale. And then use your hands to bring the knees back together, and we're going to come down to our backs.
Okay.
You can give your knees a hug if you want to lift them up to the chest and just rock a little bit back and forth first. Do circles on the ceiling with your knees. Whatever direction you start in, go in the opposite direction too. And then go ahead and drop the feet down to the mat. We're going to do a supine pigeon. So bring the right ankle to the left knee. And then grab behind the left thigh. Yep, and bring the knee towards the chest. Keep the feet flexed. Now, this is just a really minor movement, but if you do, might even be just like a centimeter, but pressing the right knee away from you just a little bit, and then dropping the tailbone towards the ground. And that'll make the stretch extra special. Do you feel it more?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can interlace the fingers again behind the thigh. Yeah. How is your leg here? Do you feel it in the outer right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, good. Take a few more breaths here, and then we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and exhale, bring the feet back down to the mat, one at a time. And then left ankle to right knee. Interlace the hands behind the right thigh. And then you don't even have to release your hands. Just gently press the left knee away from you and then drop the tailbone. And then come back to your interlaced fingers. And send your breath to the areas that are extra tight. And just kind of give your muscles permission to let go and release. And your next exhalation, bring your feet back down to the mat one at a time. Good. And you can do what your body wants here. If you want to stretch your legs out, stretch them out. If you want to hug them again, you can hug them again. Yeah, take a long stretch. We're going to come into bridge pose next. So take your stretch and then come back to a position where your knees are bent and your arms are down. So start by really having the shoulder blades flat on the mat. And then in your mind's eye, just kind of try to get your toes pointing as straight as possible. But your feet will be definitely hip width apart. So you can widen your feet a little bit. Yeah, you can actually widen your feet more. Yeah.
And like, probably look wonky too because I have such big bunions. So my feet, I would look crazy.
No, I don't even see like the bottoms of your feet. I just see your ankles. So you actually can even separate them a little bit more. Yeah. And this will help probably give you some more space. So what we're going to do first is tilt the pelvis forward. Okay. And then on an exhale, go ahead and lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling. And then see if you can walk your shoulders closer to each other and interlace the fingers behind the back or under the back. And then straighten the arms to help you get a lift with the chest. Press the inner edges of the feet. And engage the inner thighs. See if you can press a little bit higher. Yeah, good. I'm going to stay here for one more breath. And then exhale, release the fingers Lower the pelvis down to the floor first, slowly and carefully. And then unwind the spine. Take a breath here. We're going to do it one more time. Okay, readjust the feet. So heels close to the sitting bones. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press the feet, lift the pelvis, interlace the fingers, walk the shoulders towards each other. And keep the neck exactly where it is. So you'll be looking up. You don't want to choke yourself with your chin. Just lift the chin a little bit. Press the inner edges of the feet. Engage the inner thighs. Straighten the arms. See if you can lift a little bit higher. Good. Exhale. Bring it down. And just take a breath here to neutralize the spine for a moment before you hug the knees. And you can actually go into happy baby from here because that always feels good on the hips too. So grab the inner edges of the feet. Yep, and your hands can actually go on the insides of the feet because you have the range of motion to do this. Yeah, and now press the knees down towards the floor. Yes. And then do a little rocking. I love this. I love it.
I like it better than holding on to my toes, actually.
Yeah, pressing the feet is a whole new level of stretch, I think, in the hips. And then when you're ready, you can just go ahead and slowly bring the knees back together. Drop the feet towards the mat. We're going to do one more twist, and then it will be time for Shavasana. So you can have a nice, relaxing Shavasana. So lift the pelvis and shift it to the right, and then drop it. Drop your knees to the left, opposite direction. Yep. Extend the arms out to either side. Look over the right fingertips. And then we'll find our breath here. And if you want to use the left hand to press the knees together, or if you want to extend the top leg, whatever, if you feel like you need that assistance to put you deeper into the twist, you can do that. Or you can stay right here if you're feeling it just fine. And then go ahead and start to bring the knees back to center. Bring the pelvis back to center. And then we'll lift, bring it to the left. Drop it. Bring the knees to the right. Drop the knees, yep. And now look over the left fingertips. And we'll take our few breaths here. Go ahead and bring the knees back to center. Bring the pelvis back to center. And do one more hug of the knees. And then you can take a nice long stretch and get ready for your Shavasana. So if you have blanket, socks, sweatshirt, something to cover the eyes, whatever you want to do here, I'll give you a minute to get ready for that.
Okie dokie. I'm using the blankie you got me.
Oh, I love it. Hopefully it's, well, it looks nice and cozy, so.
It is very true.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Once your arms are along the sides of your body and your palms are facing up and you're nice and cozy, make sure the shoulder blades are flat. Let the feet hang. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open the lips to let the breath out. And then take another deep breath in and gather up any leftover stress or tension in the body, anything that you'd like to get rid of. And as you exhale, let it leave with the breath and exit the body. Begin to relax the muscles in the face. Soften the shoulders and the arms, releasing through the fingertips. Allow the ribs to soften, releasing the muscles around the spine and down into the hips. Feel this release into the legs, especially under the knees, into the calf muscles, the ankles, and the arches of the feet out through the toes. Feeling that peace and quiet with each inhalation and exhalation. And as you breathe, feeling the muscles get softer, releasing more and more as you give yourself this gift of relaxation. Allow your inhalations to begin to deepen. Begin to gently wiggle the fingers and the toes, waking the body slowly. And whenever you feel motivated to do so, you can start to bend the knees one at a time. Roll softly onto your right side. Taking a moment here to savor the last of your practice today, so you can take it with you through the rest of your day. Let the head stay heavy as you press yourself up safely into a seated position. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. And I'm going to read your affirmation one more time. My body is healthy. My mind is brilliant. My soul is at peace. Thank you for letting me guide you today, Kate. Namaste. Thank you. What's that?
I said, hopefully we'll get more people to come and do it.
Yep. I'm patient.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know could benefit from it right now. It's really a crazy time. So I hope, I hope they take advantage of it. We'll see.
Yes.
But if you let me know what you want to do with that other pass too. If you want me to refund you, I can, because I know you do.
I'm gonna probably do your class on Friday, because I'm just kind of doing classes that like work into my schedule, because I'm trying to do yoga 3 times a week. And actually right now Root doesn't, I mean, they have 1 class a day, but and so some of them I like and some I don't. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably go back and forth between.
Okay. So you already spent the $32. What I can do is
Oh, I did?
Well,
because
yeah, so I can just give you I'll put that towards the $38 for the 30-day new student special. That way you can just have the 30 days unlimited for whatever classes.
okay, so then I'll go in and then do that then.
Yeah,
I'll get the 30-day pass or whatever.
I can do it. I will have to do it from my end, as long as it's okay to charge that,
Okay.
$6 on your card that you have on file.
Okay, awesome.
And then you could just have the unlimited. I don't know what will happen in our world after the 30 days, but it's a good start at least, and it'll give you another option.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wonder, because you probably won't be able to come out here in the end of April, right?
I don't know. I'm assuming at this point, no.
Yeah.
Like I've figured even with